Good day. It is February 16th, but I'm recording the chapter that's due on February 11th. I am getting caught up. Today we'll be doing John 11, 49 through 52, and Proverbs 11. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you can reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin John 11, starting at verse 49. But one of them, named Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all." 50. You do not realize that it is better for you that one man die for the people than the whole nation perish. 51. Caiaphas did not say this on his own. Instead, as a high priest that year, he was prophesying that Jesus would die for the nation. 52. And not only for the nation, but also for the scattered children of God, to gather them into one. 49. But one of them, named Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all." Now, Caiaphas actually is the same name as Peter. It means rock. The high priest no longer went from father to son, but instead it was for sale. It says Caiaphas that year. Doesn't mean he was there right high priest at that moment. He could have been high priest earlier that year, or he may have became high priest later that year. But he is the high priest in that year around there. It's so saying that in the year that this happened, and he is full of contempt. 50. You do not realize it's better for you that one man die for the people than the whole nation perish. You don't realize that, hey, let's get him killed and then you will be safe. Caiaphas did not say this on his own. Instead, as high priest that year, he was prophesying that Jesus would die for the nation. He's prophet, like Saul, in spite of himself. And don't forget Balaam, who was prophesying, but God put the words in his mouth. None of them could be considered true ordinary prophets, and Balaam was a prophet for hire. 52. Not only for the nation, but also for the scattered children of God, to gather them into one. That's one, one from all the many nations, gather them all together in one. I do believe that he's talking about all people, not just the scattered Hebrews. Proverbs 11. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh, but a perfect weight is delight. Honesty delights God, dishonesty offends him. 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of the faithless shall destroy them. 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Yes, it doesn't matter how rich you are, you're not going to buy your way into heaven or bribe your way out of hell. 5. The righteousness of the sincere shall make straight his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. Righteousness has a straight path. Wickedness will trip and fall and be trapped in your own plans. 7. When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of strength perisheth. 8. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. 9. With his mouth the impious man destroyeth his neighbor. In other words, he spreads gossip and rumors and stuff. But through knowledge shall the righteous be delivered. But then the truth comes out. 10. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth. When the wicked perish, there is joy. 11. By the blessing of upright, a city is exalted, but is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. The more honest people, the more righteous people you have, the better off you are. 12. He that despises his neighbor lacketh understanding, but a man of discernment holdeth his peace. Yeah, don't get in a fight with your neighbors. 13. He that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets, but he is a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Talebearer tells you everything. But don't forget, what he's telling you about other people, he's telling other people about you. But he's a faithful spirit conceals the matter. That means you don't gossip. That doesn't mean you don't file police reports or anything, but you don't just gossip. 14. Where no wise direction is, the people falleth. But in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Advisors do help. 15. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it, but he that hateth them that strike hands is secure. Yeah, don't co-sign. 16. A gracious woman attaineth honor, a strong man obtaineth riches. 17. A merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. If you're cruel, you're going to trouble your own family. 18. The wicked earneth deceitful wages, but he that soweth righteousness has a sure reward. 19. Steadfast righteousness tendeth to life, but he that pursueth the evil pursueth his own death. Evil equals death. 20. They that are perverse in heart are an abomination to Yahweh, but such as the upright in their way as his delight. 21. My hand on it, the evil man shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall escape. 22. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman that turneth aside from discretion. We have the saying like putting lipstick on a pig. Looks good, but it's not. It's just decorating. Appearances are deceiving. 23. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. 24. There is that scattereth yet increases, and there is that holdeth more than is meet, but tendeth only to want. Generosity will increase your wealth. Miserliness will decrease it. 25. The beneficent soul shall be made rich, and he that satisfied abundantly shall be satisfied also of himself. Being generous people will prosper. Now, this means you're being generous because you love God, not to get something. 26. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall come on him, the head of him that selleth it. 27. He that diligently seeks good seeketh favor, but he that searcheth for evil shall come to him. You get what you search for. 28. He that trusteth in riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as foliage. 29. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the foolish shall be servant to the wise of heart. 30. The fruit of the righteous is the tree of life, and he that is wise winneth souls. 31. Behold, the righteous shall be acquitted in the earth. How much more shall the wicked and the sinner? Yes, if God disciplines his people when they stray or when they do wrong, how much more do you think he's going to do to people who are in open rebellion with him? Look, remember what God did to his own son. If he's going to do that to his son, don't think you're going to get away with anything. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you can reach me through 810-242-2997. It's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.